Hello, I'm Alan, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. Today is day 2 of my riding on my Hawaii trip. I have, I think, a better route for today than I had for yesterday. At least I hope so. I hope it's going to be more scenic. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Well, without further ado, let's ride. This route was absolutely spectacular. It was not one of the routes I had planned out originally before getting here, but when I picked up the rental bike, the guy at the bike shop went over my routes with me and had some pointers on one of them and some things he just wanted to mention. And he also mentioned that one of my more challenging routes was not the best in terms of my road selection. And he let me know that there were several routes that the bike shop has published in Strava for their customers visiting from elsewhere so that they can explore the island. And so this was actually one of their routes. It's called something like Poly Loop clockwise, and it was challenging and it was absolutely gorgeous. Today I'm doing another one of the bike shop routes. I think this one is called something like Hanauma Bay and back, or something like that. Hopefully it will be equally beautiful, although the roads themselves are slightly different. It looks like it's the same section of the island as I ended up at after going over the mountain and coming down the other side and ending up on the coastline. So I think it's still going to be beautiful, but after this ride, maybe a little anticlimactic. I'm a little sore this morning, so the fact that today's ride is a little less challenging is a good thing, and I'm probably going to try to take it a little bit easier. Maybe a recovery ride, something like that. And then I have to return the bike, unfortunately. So, yes, sadly, my trip is winding down and I am flying home tomorrow. In any event, this ride took place on August 14th and I started at 9 a.m. It was 44.58 miles. In terms of the weather at the start, the weather was clear. 79 degrees Fahrenheit with a feels like temperature also of 79 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity was 72% and the wind was 12.9 miles per hour out of the east-northeast. I had an average moving speed of 14.2 miles per hour and a maximum speed of 39.6 miles per hour. I easily could have gone faster, except once again I lacked the guts. Coming down that mountain, I was screaming and I was riding the brakes because the pavement was a little bumpy in spots and I did not want to risk going down. So 39.6 was my max. I had a total moving time of 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 40 seconds. I did stop a number of times to take pictures as well as I stopped for a lunch break, and so my elapsed time was 4 hours, 27 minutes, 51 seconds. My average heart rate was 141 beats per minute and my max was 163 beats per minute. I burned a total of 1,478 calories according to Garmin and Strava. My average cadence was 73 RPM. My max cadence was 136 RPM. And I had a total of 12,978 pedal strokes. In terms of elevation gain, According to Garmin's barometric data, I gained 2,264 feet. And according to Strava's map data, I gained 2,191 feet. You're probably familiar with Garmin climbs by now if you've been following my channel. There were 2 Garmin climbs on this route. Before I give the distance to the base of each of these climbs, though, I do want to mention that the route starts at the bike shop, but I'm starting at the hotel and using Garmin to navigate to the start of the route. So I don't know how much I would have to add on to get an accurate reading in terms of where the climbs started. But the first climb, according to Garmin, was right at the start of the route itself, so right after I went past the bike shop. It was 1.43 miles in length. I had an elevation gain of 246 feet at an average gradient of 3%. The second half of that climb was fairly steep. The first half was pretty mellow. The second climb was the big climb of the day. It was 2.17 miles into the ride, and it was 5.0 miles in length. I gained a total elevation on that climb of 1,066 feet at an average gradient of 4%. However, obviously a 5-mile climb is fairly long, and there were several steep parts on that climb. So parts of it were only 2 or 3%. Parts of it were 7 or 8%. I don't think it got any steeper than that, but that one was certainly a challenging climb. In any event, at this point it looks like I am getting close to my lunch stop. I stopped at a local place called Zippy's and had chicken katsu, which was delicious. I'll probably have lunch at Zippy's again today, but after I return the bike. As I mentioned, I do have to return the bike today. In any event, one more ride to go. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll try to get today's video posted as quickly as possible.
Wow, that ride was spectacular, but really difficult. I am hurting. I'm kind of crampy right now, I gotta be honest with you. But it's a good ride. And so until next time, stay safe out there.